Good fucking morning, everybody, and welcome to No Sports Dynasty. I am one half of the host of this beautiful establishment of a television internet show, Andrew Colette. And to that way is Mr. Alex Loosemore, the other host of No Sports Dynasty. How we doing today, brother?
We're doing good, man. How about you?
Oh, well, you know me. I am excellent. I literally woke up this morning pissed excellent and excellence. Went outside, smoked way too many wobbly pops. Had a couple of wobbly pops last night. I puked at 2 o'clock this morning.
Jesus.
From a mixture of heat and popcorn. Man, it was not fun. It was not fun. But as we know, I am free. And this episode's a little bit more special to me, just because it's like a reminder to everyone out there. If you're not happy with what you're doing, fucking change it. All right? Just fucking change it. There's no excuses anymore. This COVID, all these people who've been cooped up in their houses just waiting to go and they keep doing the same shit. Just stop, man. Just stop. Change your life, man. Be happy. We got sports coming pretty soon, especially fucking football. Oh!
Yeah.
Training camp is in like 3 weeks, man.
Well, and the first regular season game is almost like exactly 2 months away.
Exactly. Not only that, we're going to have a lot of news, which means that we're also ramping up, because if training camp comes in 3 weeks, that means a lot of people are going to be like, okay, well, now I got to just start hopping onto my cellular devices here, which is provided to me by whatever American company that I found out there's so many of them. Oh my God.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Whatever company you guys are with, okay, all you do is you pop it open, you download this beautiful thing called the Sleeper app, and you start winning money off of us here at, oh my God, I had a blank there just because I heard a ding in my ear. At North Sports Dynasty. Wow. Did I forget our show name? No. I never forget this damn show name. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to win you guys some money. And in 3 weeks' time, as soon as training camp opens, we are going to be flooding you guys with some new content and with Dynasty content. We're going to have some mock drafts. We're going to have some real drafts. We're going to have some new leagues probably being built. We're going to send off some emails for some invites for some pretty cool stuff. We are going to love fantasy football because we started this right at the tail end of fantasy football season. And to be completely honest, I didn't think, and I don't think Alex thought that we would get this far without too much content. But we're sitting here on episode 18.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. Okay. Now that I've rambled on for a little bit here, let's talk about some of the bets that are currently down below. We have got some bets here for you, mostly baseball, because baseball is mostly the thing that is going on right now. So I can give you some lines every single day, which has now forced me and the pretty lady to actually watch baseball. And now she's a Padres fan. So everybody out there, hashtag San Diego Padres. That's the pretty lady's favorite team. And as you know, pound our share button, pound that like button, and do us a favor. If you're a fan, as always, please put in the comments section, fuck Ken Holland.
Oh, you're going to get Johnny going.
Oh, yeah, Johnny, welcome to Saturdays where you can just unleash it if you want. But hashtag fuck Ken Holland down there in the comment section. Hashtag San Diego Padres. Let's show the pretty ladies team some love here. The only reason why I say that is because we had it on the TV and she literally was sitting there and just like on her phone, but then she's like looking at it on her phone and looking at it. And I'm like, this might actually be the most appropriate game for her because she likes hockey because it's, consistent. And then when you see something crazy going on, she's like, oh shit, what's going on? Baseball, she's like, I can watch my phone and I can hear when things change. Mm-hmm. So we may have now found her new favorite sport and her new favorite team. She does not like the colors, but I think she's going to grow to love yellow and black.
And sure as hell don't cheer for the Pirates. Yellow and black.
Don't cheer for the Pirates.
Don't do that to yourself.
Yeah, she won't cheer for any Pittsburgh team. Sorry, Johnny. Fuck Ken Holland. There it is. I saw it pop up right there. Teresa Baxter and Johnny Dean, we see you guys in the comment section. We are doing fantastic. I know I am doing fantastic. Teresa's laughing at me. It's good to see you back, Teresa. Thank you guys for tuning in. All right. let's start off with these bets. Let me talk about these bets quick. I know I keep rambling on. This is happiness has brought on the best of me. Sorry. I don't really even know who the fuck I am anymore, guys. All right, so starting off the bets here. Italy versus England. I know a lot of people are still screaming their English chant. It's coming home. It's coming home.
Man, I see that all over the place. I'm like, okay.
Tell the world. Coming home. No. Italy is, in my opinion, a way better squad. They've been winning for a lot, or they've been winning a lot here as of late, and they've also been like Germany. They've been consistent. They've always seemed to be in the final 8 when it comes to any type of FIFA stage. I'm not going to go with the Cinderella story on this, only because I would find it really hilarious to go on Twitter and see everybody be like, it's not home. It didn't come home. Tell the world. Oh, no, we know. That's on July 11th. Same with the Phoenix and Milwaukee game. I'm going to take Phoenix to be within the 4. I know Vegas has got it completely off the rails right now, saying that Milwaukee is basically a guarantee to win Game 3. Well, here's the thing. I can see why people would assume that, but you're also saying that Phoenix can not be close. Like, they basically, what was it, 8 and then 10 points? Come on. Like, can't be within 4.
I think it goes Phoenix, Milwaukee, Phoenix. I think it ends in 5, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, no, I agree. Milwaukee will probably still win at home, but I might be Game 3, but definitely not going to be Game 4. And then Phoenix is like, here you go, fans. That'd be kind of nice. And then, of course, you got the baseball bets down there. NASCAR, guys, I had a couple people message me and be like, hey, your NASCAR bets last week. Thank you. And I'm like, didn't I tell you? I know it only won you a couple of dollars if you bet all 3. Say you put $5 down on every driver. You still would have won a couple of dollars in profit off of Kyle Larson winning that race. But obviously, you want to get the bigger ones. So what I had there is I put Alex Bowman in. I did a little bit of research on the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Oh, Teresa, you NASCAR. You don't have to watch NASCAR. But here's the thing, Teresa. I can almost guarantee you, I'm kind of like Harry a little bit now, but I can at least say almost guarantees, or at least good money comes out of our NASCAR bets here at North Sports Dynasty. Yep. Is if you put $15 down on the 3 drivers that we usually have each week, if I got it correct, I think we are 8 for 17. So we're just under 50%, but that's only because we did not bet one of these weeks as well. Denny Hamlin is plus 900. He needs to win this year and is getting very close to the playoffs. I don't think he just wants to obviously get in with no points. He's way better than that. So watch for him to start coming up. Alex Bowman, same thing. He did really, really good last week on the not last week. He did really good at Dover, and he did really good at the beginning of the season when the first race happened, which Ryan Blaney won, but he is also a top favorite. I think Kyle Larson would probably take it in that type of respect. So if you guys got $15 or even $6, $3, doesn't matter. Whatever you can do, split it into 3, put it on these 3 drivers. If they don't win, let me know. I'll probably know, obviously, but let me know if you did put the money down. I like to hear all the wins and losses that people have been getting from me. I like it. I like it when people come at me. I had people come at me for the expansion draft, and I'm like, this is awesome. And before we get into that expansion draft, we got Alex, Mr. Lusmar, Lucy Goosey, Lucy Goosey, hey, Lucy Goosey, hey, Lucy.
Oh, that was smooth.
I was like, oh, please work. Guys, happiness is no longer a warm gun. Happiness is being peed on.
That's okay.
Alex, with the news.
All right, so it's going to be a quick one in the news this week. Not too much happened. We'll start with the NFL as always. So last week came and said that Frank Clark was arrested, had the Uzi in his vehicle. He has been charged with felony possession of a weapon. The 49ers almost got Matthew Stafford. So the story came out earlier this week. It's well known that Stafford and McVay were both in Cabo together. What people didn't necessarily know is that Kyle Shanahan was also in Cabo, had good long talks with Matthew Stafford, over the phone, of course, not in person because that's tampering.
Of course.
And right after he stopped talking to Stafford, Shanahan called this guy and was like, do I need to push this or can we wait? And the guy said, no, a trade's not happening tonight. You can wait. And then about half an hour later, his guy called him and said, yo, if you're doing this trade, it's got to happen now. And McVay took it right out from under his feet and got Stafford. So the 49ers, I guess, settled and got Trey Lance, which is going to be a damn good quarterback in a few years.
Damn right.
Kind of NFL news, kind of like golf news. So the match happened earlier this week. Brady and Rodgers were both involved in it. Aaron Rodgers and I believe it's Bryson DeChambeau won the golf game over Brady and Phil Mickelson. Lions offensive coordinator Anthony Lynn was about to take a year off. I see the comments just going wild here. Lions offensive coordinator Anthony Lynn was about to take a year off. Said he was just ready to spend time with his family and everything. And then Dan Campbell called and kind of did as he did for a lot of people, hyped him up about coming to Detroit for a couple of years. Lynn was quoted as saying it's going to be something special. Obviously not this year. Coming from a confident Lions fan, nothing much is happening this year. But they could be building something. And finally for the NFL, wide receiver N'Keal Harry of the Patriots requested a trade. I don't know what's really going to come of that. Like, I've had people ask me, like, as a Lions fan, would I want him? If I could get him for, like, a 6th or 7th round pick, yeah, because he hasn't proven anything. We've got a lot of young receivers, and adding one more couldn't necessarily hurt that. Moving on to the NBA news. Nate McMillan is officially the new Hawks head coach. He was the interim head coach for about half the season. Taking the Hawks to the Eastern Conference Finals, he gets the official head coach title and the NBA Finals. So it's up 2-0 for Phoenix.
Yeah.
And I just realized on my board I still have it at 1-0. As I said before, I have it going 5 games to Phoenix. These comments are going nuts right now.
I'm loving these comments right now.
Moving to the NHL, Dominique Ducharme, the head coach of the Montreal Canadiens, is in talks to remain the coach. Sticking with Montreal, Corey Perry wants to remain in Montreal. I like that fit for him because he was a key piece of that rotation, especially that fourth line, like that veteran line.
Everyone in the comment section, remember, hashtag San Diego Padres because they are now the pretty ladies' favorite team. Hashtag fuck Ken Holland because every show needs to have hashtag fuck Ken Holland in there. Okay. And what did you just say?
Me?
What were you just saying?
Corey Perry?
Yeah. Hashtag fuck Corey Perry in that comment section too. Okay, guys? Hashtag Corey Perry is a bitch. Fourth liner for life. Should be in the AHL. Should be in the freaking KHL. See how long he lasts. Anyway, hashtag San Diego Padres. Hashtag fuck Ken Holland. Hashtag fuck Corey Perry or hashtag or both. Corey Perry's a bitch. Any and everybody who does that, all of them get another entry into the jersey for the draft there. Just saying. It's our show, and I have 50.1% say, and I'm taking it. Hashtag them all.
I'm down with all of those, to be honest.
I know. Sorry, continue. Oh, okay. Wait, not on me. What the fudge? There we go.
Oh, I didn't even notice. I looked back down. Just click Johnny D. Hashtag football. Okay, so getting back to the NHL, Brett Howden signed a 1-year, $885,000 contract to stay with the Rangers. He was about to be an RFA. Another person that was about to be an RFA and re-signed is Travis Dermott, signed a 2-year, $3 million contract extension to stay with the Leafs. And finally, I know there's a few Tampa fans in the chat there. Tampa Bay ran it back. They are back-to-back Stanley Cup champions, and Andre Vasilevsky rightly won the Conn Smythe. There's an interesting stat by him. Every single closeout game, he had a shutout, which is absolutely insane. Every single series, he closed it out with a shutout. Well-deserved Conn Smythe trophy. And finally, to move into Reds Rant, the CFL and XFL merger is no more. They had discussions for a couple months here. Andrew brings it up almost constantly. And they came out this week and decided that there is no more merger.
All right, here it comes. Let me take the drink. Let me take the. Also, wait, hold on. Yeah, so it's Stanley Cup.
Do you want me to go through the comments? Because it's been wild.
Yeah. Go. Let's go. You go up to the top. You do the comments here, and I will kind of interact. Go to the top, and we'll make our way down here.
Okay, so after hashtag fuck Ken Holland.
Yeah, there we go.
Sorry, everyone who was waiting on the miscreant draft. It auto-picked on Euro time.
All good, all good.
Teresa's asking how she can see the team. Obviously, the EU NASCAR.
Love NASCAR.
Check your messenger, Teresa.
Yeah.
Now I got the sound working. How's it going?
Kyle.
We're doing great, man.
Got another Canadian that's going to be down at a Bucks game from up here next year. Kyle, remember this. I am going to hook you up with some Bucks report, guys, if I do get a chance here. Like, if you get a chance to go to Ferg's Bar and Grill in East de la Salle. I don't want to say the Jurassic Park island because I keep getting them all mixed up because they sound the same. Keith, I think I saw you in the comment section there. Can you drop the bar names for Kyle there? That's one bar that you got to check out, because if you do get there, Kyle, and we could get you popping up on a Bucks Report show, that would be hilarious. So, yeah, let's do that. Continue on.
All right, Shelby asking what's happening. I mean, you can see what's happening.
We're about to you all. Once we get to that part, I'm just gonna go.
Yeah. Teresa says she does not. Probably the only heavy woman in the South that doesn't like NASCAR.
Oh.
Johnny Dean says, I think he meant, by the way, fuck Ken Holland.
Fuck Ken Holland.
When we talk to CFL, oh, it's coming. It's coming in a minute here. I'm wearing a photo of Johnny's dog. I played for the Huskies for a couple of years, junior team here in Edmonton.
Keith, the bar that Bucks Report gentlemen usually pop to and do the shows there. Want to give a shout out to them on the show, but also type it so that Kyle, my buddy Kyle, is going to be down there. He might go pop in there, and if one night the guys are doing a Bucks Report show, it'd be hilarious for that to happen. Yeah. So,
and then a bunch of CFL going.
All right, you know what? Let me just fucking do it. Okay. Listen here. I am disappointed. I am highly disappointed. I am very disappointed. I am more than anything that has existed on this fucking planet. I'm upset. Okay. 50,000.
You went from happy to upset real quick.
Okay, and this is the thing. This is the only time I even said on the show on Thursday. I dropped the pen. There it is. One for every show. Look at that. Right.
Only 20 minutes in. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, you're disappointed. I'm disappointed. Everyone should be disappointed here in Canada. We had an opportunity at something great here, guys. We had an opportunity, and everyone talks about keeping the history and keeping the tradition of what the CFL is. And, we like 3-down football. What the fuck? We like 3-down football. You don't like 3-down football. You like the fact that there's motion on the offense that allows you to get more yards statistically, and you don't need your 4th fucking down. But also at the same time, too, in the CFL, if you have a really good defense, which all of a sudden, if me and Alex decided to be coaches, he would be a really good offensive lineman coach. But you know what else he'd be really good at? Defensive fucking line. So he's going to be part of my defensive line coach, okay? Because I'll be the D coordinator. That's what I excelled at. All right. And when you get people like us who decide to put our really good brains into use, and all of a sudden maybe we get into the fucking CFL and we get to be coaches, you're not getting any yards on me. You're going to have 7 fucking plays and you're not getting none. All right. You can take your fucking motions and shove it up your ass. This is a problem. This is a major problem. This is a slow bleed. This is something that Canadians have not wanted to admit for so long here. There's a lot of stuff to like about the CFL. I love the history and I love the tradition. I love the fact that 90% of our stadiums, which is literally 7 of 8 or 8 of 9, are open or exposed to the atmosphere. Okay? I love that. I love the fact that we got to play in the cold. You got to play in the shit. I love the fact that we keep Canadians in house. I love the fact that we make sure that I think the rule is 60 or 70% of the roster that you start on every day has to be Canadian. I love that. Okay, cool. Do you also love being stabbed in the back by your girlfriend? Do you? And then you just don't know it, okay? She's been out there fucking all these different dudes, and you don't know, right? But what you don't know can't hurt you, right? That's true. That's the reason why I left my ex, because it took a while. And then you finally realize what was going on, and you get out of the shitty situation. The CFL as a whole had a chance to get out of a shitty situation. You're only taking the money off of a fan base that's been here for so long. This fan base that the CFL has, this platform. We have a girlfriend? Nice. When you get this platform, you have this beautiful platform that the CFL has, okay? But the thing that you've been failing to do is expand, because you know that you've been faulting to the NFL for a long time. The NFL has been coming up. We all know this. This is inevitable. The NFL has decided, the XFL in half of a year in this new age and stuff became something of popularity. We're talking about it right now. When you look at the CFL right now, I don't even care about the fact that we're different and this, that, and everything else. We're paying players $30,000 to be starting quarterbacks. So basically, tell me this. As an NFL fan, do you think it would be right to have Tom Brady, Buck fans, do you think it'd be right to have Tom Brady sit there and literally take, I kid you not, $150,000 as his base salary, and he can't make any endorsement, with no endorsements, nothing, okay? Can't make anything. You think that's right? We've talked about Ken Holland. We have talked about sending, on a show, Deshaun Watson and all these other guys that got to go to the CFL and stuff like that. Is it right to allow some of these quarterbacks and some of these other certain positions have to take these beatings for such this pay? They're not Canadian. Americans would come up here and play. You're going to play for $30,000. You're not Canadian. So when you get hurt, you're American. And I'm pretty sure that doesn't cover you. There might be some kind of middle ground, but you know what I mean? The CFL has got a slow bleed here. You're going to attract more attention now, 3 or 4 years, maybe less, because people are like, yeah, we stuck it to the Americans. Fuck your XFL. You can take your Steve McMahon. You take your fucking DMX second motherfucking XFL thing and shove it up your ass. Yeah, cool. Yeah, we really showed those Americans, just like back in 1846 when we burnt their fucking White House. Right on, man. Cool. So then what? So then we get to sit there and do the same thing over and over and over again. Do I even need to tell you what that describes at this point? Are we past the point of this joke that I'm about to lay here? We had a chance to bring in a merger to allow something that has never been done, that I dreamed of, that some other people dreamed of. Allowing allowing NFL players a new league to prove themselves if they ever got kicked out. A new opportunity for some of these guys who were undrafted free agents, who still went undrafted into the system, who just needed a couple of years. Fucking Randy Ambrose, bro. We got opportunities that are now missed. The very idea, and people say about American influence can't come in here in Canada and start taking things over. Why not sports? Why not sports? We here in Canada are not doing that well with our sports. We have a great fan base. We have an amazing fan base. But we still have these dumb taxes. We still have all these dumb rules put into place. Kawhi Leonard left, and we would have had to pay exponentially from the Raptors just to keep him here in Canada. And we thought that was going to be acceptable? He wasn't going to stay. He's about to leave the Clippers because he had an opt-out. We would have given all this up, and he would have been gone in 2 years. And then you look at the Maple Leafs. The only thing that the Maple Leafs are fucking Corey Perry. The only thing that we got going on with the Leafs right now is the fact that people want to put on the Leaf jersey. So when you look at the CFL, I am correct, it's 9 teams right there, Alex?
Yes.
I am drawing a blank. I'm like, it's 7 or 9, and if you can give me a quick update on that. But you got this small little group of teams that could have joined another small group of teams, and it could have blended together in Canada and America.
It is 9.
Thank you. And they could have blended together and allowed all these other players an opportunity to showcase themselves, just like every other fucking sports league has. Football is becoming so popular here in Canada that I've told my fiance, if the NFL gets a team in Toronto, because that's the only place that we're going to go to a Iqaluit and put a team there. Fuck off. They put a team in Toronto, I'm gone. Whatever you need. The maintenance on the stadium, consider it done. I'll work 20 out of 24 hours of my life for that. That's a dream come true. Me and Alex will be doing the show from that new damn stadium. But the problem is here in Canada, we refuse to blend in, and we refuse to adapt, and we refuse to fucking evolve, man. That's what we refuse to do. And now it has led to this. This is what's going to happen. You got a new rebranding for the Elks. Congratulations. The Toronto Argonauts are about to leave. Did you not understand that? Did no one read this part yet? The reason why this isn't on Alex's news is because I wanted to keep this on as part of my rant. We're about to lose the Toronto Argonauts to the fucking XFL. What? Wait, what? Wait, whoa. How is that even possible? You want to know why it's even possible? That just means that one of the biggest teams in the market, who's tired of paying for everybody else's slow bleeds, said, I'm done. If the XFL is going to actually have a good league and have this money and stuff like that, we'll go join them. We'll leave the CFL and we'll pop in there. And the Argonauts will be an opportunity to showcase themselves in the bigger market of Toronto of why there should be a team there. Then what do you do, CFL? You're down to 8 teams. You're back to 50-50 draw. Okay? Back to 50-50 draw. But now they're not there. They're not there. You don't get to just go and build your beautiful fucking vacations now built off of the Toronto vacation, because everyone likes to go to Vancouver and see those big games. Everyone likes to go to Toronto and see those big games when you're a CFL fan. So what happens when they leave? You're going to go to Hamilton? Come to Calgary. That's kind of cool. Edmonton? We got to wait for our 2026 FIFA World Cup little, throw money at the stadium and help it, flourish. So that's not very fun. You're going to go to Winnipeg? Last thing that I've ever seen come out of Winnipeg got blocked off of this fucking show.
Next stadium, though.
Very nice stadium. I will give them that. Very nice stadium. The only place really in Canada that has, like really good fans and a really good stadium is Saskatchewan. Ain't nobody going to go live in Saskatchewan. Okay?
Absolutely beautiful stadium.
Absolutely beautiful. Mosaic Stadium is a gorgeous stadium. But here's my point. You're going to lose probably the Argonauts now, or at least you're having people consider leaving. You're having considerations because you screwed up something. You screwed up. You had an opportunity, it was thrown at you. It was literally thrown into your fucking face. And you refused to do it because of history. You refused to do it because you didn't want to adapt or evolve. You didn't want to do anything. You wanted to continue your slow bleed until you die, until you give the problem on to somebody else. There's so many companies out there that are doing that right now. There's one here in the town that I'm doing, or that I live in right now, that refuses to adapt to the new computers and refuses to adapt to the new ways and stuff like that because they're trying to sell themselves. And if they do that, they dig out of their own profits. It's a mentality. If we just continue this for a little bit, nobody gets hurt. And I appreciate that so much for the little guys when you just want to keep some people working. But the higher up people eventually are going to cut the rug from underneath you. And that's what's going to happen with the CFL. Eventually, there's going to be no opportunities. This is insane. This is what happened should never have happened before. This should have been going on in 2023. This merger, this idea should have taken a couple of years off. Should have advertised the shit out of it. You should have waited till a couple of these top tier quarterbacks, and yes, I do mean top tier quarterbacks out of the NFL, faltered out of the system, and all of a sudden got to come play on one of these teams. You should have allowed this to happen. You should have allowed talent to start breeding onto your team. You should have allowed people to want to move their families up here to Canada, athletes, so that they can come and breed and be here. And when I mean breed, I mean like literally live here for generations and generations, like they've done in the States, like they've done in Texas, like they've done in Georgia. They do it up in Michigan. There's a football culture. And that's the one thing that's missing here in Canada. We don't have the culture. We have the want, we have the desire, and we have a very, very small group of people like myself and like Alex and a few other people that we know who just want to see fucking football work. And it's not, because people refuse. So with that being said, you, the Canadians out there, you old fuckers, you got it. You got it. Congratulations. Now, like Tim said on Tim and Friends, you got what you wanted. The Americans can stay the fuck away. All right? Now, put your money where your mouth is. Go to a stadium. Go to game. Me and Alex are considering, and probably in the next couple of weeks here, going to buy package games so we can go see 3 games for the Edmonton Elks. We're going to support this because I want the CFL to come back. I want there to at least be something, I guess. But if we're going to have a slow bleed, so be it. But that's not on me. That is on you, the old fucks and the people here in Canada who just refuse to let go. Don't throw this, the XFL is still nothing. The XFL has still made more money in half of a year and through its bankruptcy and paid out its players and stuff like that more than you ever could have for the last 9 to possibly 11 or 12 plus years. Don't at me. Don't come at me. This is something that we fucking missed out on, and we're never going to get it back because it's going to start going off in the States, and there's not going to be this agreement anymore. It'll be The Rock coming to the table being like, here's a stack of money. Every question that you ask me, I start taking some of this stack away. This is to buy your fucking league. Have a great day. Thank you for your time. Oh, it's a piss off, man. It's a piss off that people cannot see that like this is it's needed. I love the CFL and and this, that, and everything else. But it's the same thing with the NFL. Same thing with hockey. You know, certain things needed to change. You know, like 90s hockey was getting pretty bad with some of these head checks and stuff like that. Like, yeah, you can't just suspend a guy for half a fucking game and fine him $5,000 when he literally went at a guy's head. Like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. So, oh, man. It's just so dumb. So dumb. Let's get through. I'm going to get through some of these here.
There's a lot to catch up on if you mean the comments.
No, it's all good. Anthony Lynn's last chance. Yeah, this is.
Might be right.
I like the fact that Alex was trying not to laugh. Yeah, once they started saying CFL, I was like, "Oh, you guys are in for a treat." Finger up. And the thing is you said that right when that comment popped up.
Yeah, I know. Yes, I said Hawks, Johnny.
Alex should wear his hat backward until they win their first game.
When it comes to the regular season, I'll do it.
I mean, hey. But then where's the one WGO scored? What is that?
I don't know.
I don't even know. That's just fuck him. Alex would have his hat backward all year long.
No.
Fuck them all. Yeah. Fingers up for Alex. Hashtag Corey Perry is a bitch. Thank you, Cal. You are now on to the draw.
You know what? I have a Bucks shirt. I could do that one instead.
See, I don't even have a Bucks shirt. I have jerseys. Like, I don't have an actual shirt, which I've actually been like, I need to just get more shirts like that. Hockey baby. Or Bay A. Yeah, because it's just Canadian squad. Alex, wear Tampa.
I'll do it if that's what you guys want. If you guys want it, I'll do it.
Pitt's Paradise. You're gonna have to do that, I think. Yeah. Effing Kyle is here. Fuck Ken Howell. I'm down, bro. Boobs. That's the bar. Well, yeah, what bar? It was Fergs. Thank you, Fergs. Reds Rant. Have F and Cal hit me up on Messenger. I always add F into anyone named Cal. It's a South Park thing. That's right.
The reference.
Hashtag stick it up. Wait, we have a girlfriend? Yes, that's right. I forgot about that comment. What's a relationship without drama? Marriage. No, I'm just kidding. I actually like CFL football. The NFL should adopt some of their. No. Well,
can you imagine the NFL with all that motion pre-snap?
I was gonna say if there's only a couple of things that I would accept, I would definitely accept maybe like a wider field. Like if they accepted the field that we had. You imagine red zones, dude, in the NFL with our end zone?
Oh my God,
buddy. The Bucks with all our tight ends would be unstoppable, and Mike Evans. But also, yes, if they had if you were instead of just allowing one dude, like that one play I'm trying to think of last year, the guy just kept running, and then the guy couldn't cover him, and he caught it in the end zone. There was it Devontae? Oh. It was Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
If you could just allow, you imagine if the Bucks could just allow Chris Godwin and Antonio Brown to just run around before the snap, and Mike Evans can just kind of sit there and pop his foot up a little bit. That would be cool. Fuck Ken Holland and his girlfriend. I don't even know who his girlfriend is. Hashtag CFL players deserve a living wage. It's true though.
Yeah.
Andy Ambrose. Yeah. Go Bucks. Corey Perry. Fuck that in between the glass guy. He's not that bad. When two badly managed leagues team up, all you get is badly managed leagues fighting over money. There is something that I guess we could agree on, but that's kind of the reason why I like The Rock and his ex-wife. It seems like his ex-wife would be like, hey, don't be a dick. And he'd be like, all right. I won't be the head coach for the Calgary Stampeders for the first 10 years and run them into the ground. That's what you get for not signing me. Did he say showcase? Is there going to be a showcase showdown? It's is this Price is Right? Are we on Price is Right? Fucking Canada. I love how we do get a bunch of people out here that want to pop in just because I love it. Argonauts, I hardly know her. Toronto has a CFO. What do you? Yes. They want to leave. They actually said that they wouldn't mind being considered for an XFL expansion. And honestly, I'd be like, hell yeah, I'm an Argos fan now. Let's do this.
Might be the one Toronto team I cheer for.
Right? Is releasing the Kraken today. You're damn right. Get to that. We have a lot of fans today. That's why I'm like,
yeah,
wow.
Holy shit.
I'm going 3 Rider games this year. Beautiful stadium indeed. Yes, I would love to go down there and see one. Biggest by far. I'm going to have to pull up the Buccaneers interview that Joshua Cole Allen had with that one player that played for the BC Lions and the Saskatchewan Roughriders. And he said, listen, Vancouver, really fun city. I would love to live there and stuff like that. There were like no fans there. So you go to Saskatchewan, everybody knows your name. They know when you were drafted, like everything. So a recent social media post gained at Steam recently that said Krusty Krab restaurant is coming to Lakeland. Like, what?
I almost cried in the backyard. It's so good.
It's an actual Krusty fucking Krabs. I'm sorry that I yell. I'm sorry that I yell, everybody. I'm good. I'm sorry. It's going to be interesting how see how Claris is going to do as a starter in Winnipeg. Listen, some of those quarterbacks that are around the league, I love it. Come to Saskatchewan, boys. Come to Labor Day. When is Labor Day Classic again? Is that August?
No, September.
No, that's September.
Right around the NFL kickoff.
That would be nice. What's done? Brad Slater, thanks for tuning in, dude. I don't know. What did I say? I say a lot of dumb shit, Brad. That's for sure. I always like doing head checks. Yeah. The XFL lost money hand over foot before COVID, and Andrew Ferreira The Rock isn't the main shareholder. Oh no, I know. Is a company she is tied to. Yes, a Redtail. Yeah. Redtail's actually been doing some pretty good investments from what I've been following. So I mean, with regards to what companies can do, should not be involved. The CFL should not be involved with the CFL for the CFL.
The XFL for one of them.
Oh, okay. The CFL, they need to introduce gambling immediately, DraftKings, etc. They need to expand to Maritime. Yeah. See, now, if we're talking...
And they're working on the Maritimes.
Yeah, see, if we're just talking that, I would agree. It does need to be expanded. And, yes, if I could gamble on it, if we, on this show, could gamble on it a little bit more, I'd be a bit more inclined to... Yeah. You know, I give you that. I do give you that. Who's Corey Perry? Oh, yeah. Okay, now I see what you're saying. Yeah. I got it. No, you do make a good point, though. I would love a team on the Eastern Seaboard there, like the
team. Aren't they building a stadium for another team?
So the last thing that I saw, and I gotta double check this because obviously, like on the Kraken expansion, I did go and fix it today. Everybody totally was not aware. Milan Lucic, when I did 30 teams, apologies that I said fuck Calgary and didn't go too in depth in there. Calgary did waive Milan Lucic's no waive, waived his no movement clause, so they can protect another player, which is more than likely going to be the guy that I had exposed. So I went and fixed it today, and you can check that out. CFL needs to add as much gambling as they can for the younger demo. See, and Brad, me and you have agreements on that. Bucks Report's Harry Berg, he's not say old timer. He's good shit though. He's an older gentleman. He's been around the gambling world for a while. He's a good person to talk to. He's brought up some stuff that would make you be like, okay, I understand where you're coming from. Whereas I don't think so many people would start considering like tossing games or anything like that. I think it could be a problem if somebody decided to do that, like in a Grey Cup. It's like Zach Caleros is like, hey buddy, you only make what, $50,000 a year? You want to make $1.2 million? Toss the fucking ball in the fourth quarter for an interception, and then toss another one. You know what I mean? Like it's just. I totally would get it, especially with the CFL. That could be a problem. And I think that's what something like Harry Berg would bring up, and I definitely could see that. But no, you do, Brad, you are bringing up a very good point. And I do appreciate you tuning in, buddy. The Rouge. Also, I see.
Can you imagine the NFL with the Rouge?
I was going to say, I see your I forgot your rooting for England there. You should check out the beginning there where I was like, I'll do it for you. It's coming home. It's coming home. Tell the world it's coming home. props to you. I still bet Italy, as you can see down there. It's just I don't know how long the Cinderella story can go.
That parlay for the UFC is interesting tonight.
Right?
Yeah.
You've seen it a few times, and you're just like,
Yeah, that's interesting.
Right? Fuck, you know, I love it. Antonio Brown would pull a habit. Oh, I see. Now imagine how many different hammies or something like that would be pulled, or certain injuries that would happen if you could have. Oh, I just thought about Tyreek Hill being able to just on motion every time.
Yep, that's dangerous.
And then teams would literally be like, okay, if we have this and we go get like Devonta Smith or something like that, then we are the best. Like, what are you gonna do? So then we gotta find corners that can run backwards the fastest, and then it's like, ugh. What is today's strain?
Here's the answer.
Brad, you can come in and tune in anytime, buddy. I appreciate you. Elks are taking this season. I could see that too, but Riders all the way. I definitely know her. Guys, quick, who's the best quarterback, running back, wide receiver in the CFL? I would probably still say Morgan Riley just for pure talent for quarterback. That's
Mike Riley?
Or Mike Riley, yeah.
It's like Morgan Riley's the Leafs defenseman.
Running back, there's
Andrew Harris, easily.
You think it's Harris still?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Wide receiver, the one that retired from Hamilton, I liked him a lot. But I still like Owens. Owens is still pretty good. There's a few.
To me, the quarterback's still Bo Levi Mitchell.
Or Bo Levi's up there too.
Yeah, running back easily Andrew Harris. Wide receiver.
It's a tricky one for wide receiver because there is a few good ones out there.
Yeah.
And I still always go back to the beautiful golden days of Weston Dressler.
Oh, that's a good one. To me, my favorite watching when I was younger was Fred Stamps.
Fred Stamps, yeah. Elks going defeated.
Oh, that's interesting. I mean, I kind of got to cheer a little bit for the Argos this year because my boy that I played on the Huskies with is.
That's right.
With them this year, Darren. So.
We'll have to send an invite to him if he ever wants to pop on, because I got to send an invite to my old classmate and line mate, I guess you would say, Mr. Nigel Romick. He plays for the Ottawa Red Blacks. I want to see if we can get him on for a show before he plays the game. Okay. Watch the stock SCR scoreboard media. I think they will partner with Barstool once a single. Ooh, buddy, if they allowed Barstool to start.
That's interesting.
Man, that'd be good.
What are they at right now? I'm gonna take a quick look at that.
Good. Yeah, I was gonna say, please do. Yorkshire pudding is better than lasagna.
Is anything better than lasagna?
I know this is my show, but I'm fucking done, dude. I'm unplugging and everything. Like I'm just kidding.
I was like, okay, so I guess I got CL traction inspection.
That's where you take the link and you're like, okay, and anybody who needs to pop in.
Yeah.
On a side note, I think Lamar and Zeke have MVP seasons. Zeke might win comeback player of the year. That's a top 5 consideration.
To me, that's Joe Burrow.
Comeback player of the year?
Yeah,
because of the ACL. But okay, maybe. Lamar, yes. Zeke, not a chance. Fair enough. Brand.
Dilstra. Yeah.
That's the.
Wait, is he back in the CFL?
The wide receiver?
Yeah.
Maybe.
He's been on some NFL teams the last few years, like Minnesota, Carolina.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Portnoy keep mentioning SRT too. I like that. That's good. That's good. There's
the answer. No, went to the Vikings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was like, I remember seeing him on some NFL rosters there.
Okay. All right. Well, we got a good little audience here, guys. We're gonna get into the Kraken expansion. Gonna have to respectively, kind of go through this, but we're actually just moving around the house right now. And my fucking fiance has been doing a brilliant job. I woke up a little bit late because I did not feel good this morning. And all of a sudden I call her and be like, what you doing right now? And she's just like, I've already changed the rooms. everything upstairs is already done. I'm like, I am a piece of shit. Okay.
So
I will. Yeah.
Quick interruption here. The score stock is $23.95 a share.
Ooh.
And it's climbing. It went up $2.50 yesterday.
Right on. Brad, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Alex, get on that for me, please. I'll send you money or whatever. Buy me some.
Okay.
I don't care.
I was like, I can't until Monday, so.
Okay, fair enough. We'll talk about it off air. So, Brad, thank you for that. If we just affected your money, we do apologize, but we always appreciate that. Okay, so quickly, my couple of just, if you guys haven't gone and seen my mock draft for the Seattle Kraken here, I did have to go make some updates. Like I said, the Milan Lucic one. Alex did point out there's a couple because like I tried to take both that I made, combine them into one as best as I could, just because this was huge work that I did into this, guys. This is probably one of the biggest things I've done with regards to like typing and just trying to do all the stats and the best things that I could. Try to come up with some off-season, free agent signings, what they would do in the draft that would also affect some of the picks that they would have. Just trying to get the best thing that I could, best idea that I could, like Ron Francis. So, yeah, I tried my best. Props to a couple of people who pointed out, being like, hey, don't think this, or there's this, and this. Actually, if you got, to be completely honest too, out of nowhere, I was watching the Pat McAfee show a couple of days ago, and I put in the comment section, because talked to some of the guys right beforehand on the YouTube page. And I said, who's ready for the Kraken expansion, right? Just randomly. Take my hoot, and I pop up, and it says PMS Store, ats me and is talking to me about it, and a bunch of other people kind of hop in, and a few of us are talking, and I'm like, PMS Store, that's like a fan thing, isn't it? And so I said, when I got it up, I'll add a couple of you guys if you want. And they said, please do. It'd be appreciated. All right. So obviously when I'm sitting here and I'm editing it, I'm like, I should probably make sure I'm doing it. And I'm like, hey, you can even ask my fiance. I'm up till like 1:30 in the morning, like really, really baked too, and like tired, like, okay. She's like, babe, and I'm like, yeah, okay, we should probably go to bed. I'm sorry. So I finally got it done, and I just happened to pop back on YouTube. I'm in the comment section talking, and PMS Store goes, hey, read your article, really good. Couple of things here, like Buffalo. I said, what's his name? One of the big centers there was going to be available. And I was like, oh, crap, I didn't edit this one properly. So I went through and did it all again, which only took like 2 or 3 teams. But he said
was
all
it
in all.
Middle stat by any chance?
No. It was. Give me a second. I'll go right.
Reinhardt.
Nope. Buffalo. It was. Give me a second.
Ferguson's.
It's a restricted free agent. I'm trying to remember. Reinhardt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's no way they're letting him go.
No. So the other side of it is when I asked who PMS Store was on Twitter, because they asked me, they said, tweet it to me. And so I was like, I'm like searching PMS Store, and there's no PMS Store. So I'm like, who are you? They're like, Phil Maines. I'm like, Pat McAfee's best fucking friend? Like, whoa, what the fuck? So the CFO of the Pat McAfee show read and gave and critiqued this article. So there is eyes on this. Like the guys at the Wing Wield podcast apparently have read it as well. Like I've had people add in some stuff about this, and that's what makes me feel really, really good. Me and Alex are not like I try to be a writer, but me and Alex are not major writers here. We are not we are talented, but we're not fully talented on going to school and doing the proper punctuations and trying to fix our run-on sentences and this, that, and everything else. We are our own editors here at North Sports Dynasty. We're just doing this all strictly just to get used to it. And then if we ever do, which we are, going to expand and branch out and get a bit bigger, that's when we will bring someone on to be an editor. And they'll be like, Andrew, stop using run-on sentences, please. I'm like, fuck, I'm sorry.
So thank you, Johnny. Post the link in the comments and then hashtag read it.
Thank you, Johnny. Appreciate that. And there it is. So if you guys pop it open, actually, we're actually going to go through a couple of teams here. We'll start from the A teams, go all the way down. We're not doing all 30 teams. We're just bringing up some teams that have some very interesting prospects or interesting players that were probably going to be taken. One of the first ones I do want to talk about quick here is the Colorado Avalanche, because a lot of people are going to call me a homer.
Yeah, we've got a difference of opinion here.
A lot of people are going to call me a homer. Okay. I got Colorado going the 4x4 format. So they pick 4 forwards, they pick 4 defensemen. They got way too many defensemen to obviously let one of those guys go without getting at least a first round, maybe 2 back.
Yeah.
And Philip Grubauer, Seattle could very easily go out and just say they want to grab these UFAs, but the teams may turn around too and just be like, okay, do it.
Well, the important thing to think about with the expansion is obviously they'll protect probably sometime this coming week. And then Seattle gets like 3 days before the actual expansion draft to negotiate with any free agents.
Yes.
And if they sign with Seattle, that's their pick for that team.
Exactly. So I think Philip Grubauer knows what's there in Colorado. I don't think he wants necessarily a change of pace. And I think Colorado letting Landeskog go, and in this case, letting another prospect like, say, Tyson here go, would allow them to have that cap space to fill the rest of the needs there, or be able to sign Grubauer. Now, the reason I got Tyson, though, and again, people are going to call me a homer because he's technically related to me. He is my fiance's cousin. It's not just that. If I tried to literally start with Colorado and try to figure out a way where they do take Nichushkin, which is a 26-year-old left winger. I even thought about Nazem Kadri, but that hit in the playoffs is not going to look good on his resume anymore. Dennis Gilbert also looks like a very promising prospect. Jonas Donskoy.
Yeah.
Also,
and that's where I go.
And that's what I figured is you would go Jonas Donskoy. His term, though, is very short, and he is going to require some money here very soon. Or he is an RFA. I forgot to put the statuses, obviously.
3.9 for, and then a UFA till 2020 or on 2023.
Okay, so yeah, he's still got some term to him. This does seem one that they still could go that direction. Tyson, though, has proven with Colorado, even in a small scale, he is an all-around player. He can score, he can assist. When we were watching some of the games, because obviously Colorado versus the Golden Knights, my fiance's team and her cousin, playing each other, we're going to watch every single game. Tyson did some stuff that you would expect your defenseman to do that the defensemen weren't necessarily doing.
Well, and he found his role offensively, too.
Yeah.
So, that's why I don't think they can give him up.
That's the thing, though. In this case, with what I got protected, Burakovsky is 26 and very, very good. The same thing with JT Comfort. Like that's the core still of the Colorado Avalanche. They can keep that and still be very competitive and bring the rest of the youth that they have, obviously, into their system and get the best of both worlds out of that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, like, Tyson still hasn't necessarily put up like astronomical numbers, but that's the other side of it too. Is Seattle's an analytic team. Colorado is we need to win now, and we do want to keep Tyson, but he's an RFA, so we have to pay him as well. And Tyson is going to want what I had him getting right now is $2.5 million per season, which is technically a little bit cheaper than.
That's crazy value, I think, for him.
Well, it would be for a 3-year deal because he hasn't shown the score level, but he's shown everything else. Like, he may even still get $3 million, which is still, though, a better value than Jonas Donskoy. Better than if you do go grab Philip Grubauer, you're going to have to almost pay this guy $9 million a season. Like,
you think that much for Grubauer?
It's all based off of the Bobrovsky signing. And that's
okay.
Because if you look around when Rick DiPietro got his major contract, when Luongo got his major contract, like, those were the problem contracts. Those caused ripples effects with other teams.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to happen with Grubauer. That's kind of what happened I'm trying to think. There's another team, and it's what's going to happen with Chris Drider from Florida as well. So, I think that's where you kind of fall, where you start seeing that. So I have Tyson. He gets a 3-year deal, and one of the other big selling points is Seattle wants to grab players from the WHL, obviously from BC, Washington State, which I've added into my the free agency offseason side of this. They're going to want players that are closer to Seattle, that have played around that atmosphere, that know all the ins and outs of, say, going to Edmonton and Calgary. Like, they've played on those, the bus rides or those quick plane rides and stuff like that. They still want that. They don't want to bring too much in and have it like a flash in the pan. They want, some sort of, we've been here before, right? So bringing Tyson in, because he's played in the WHL, he's lived in Edmonton and such. So you get to expose him to his family in Edmonton. So like me and Kim, we obviously buy more tickets. His family is here, friends, like certain little things like that would also have to go into this expansion. It's one of the main things why Marc-Andre was picked with the Golden Knights. It's like, okay, we can't let a franchise goalie just be, gone, right? We got to take this and then build around that. So it's not like they're building around Tyson at all. I think this is more like we are going to build a team, and then we'll go get a free agency as well. Another one here, just looking really quick. We'll talk about our Red Wings, because me and a guy had a very nice exchange on Twitter where it seemed like at first he was very insulted that I had Evgeny Svechnikov being exposed and chosen, because he would be.
Well, I mean, I could kind of see that because there's players that you think would be available, like on most teams, like Nemesnikov and like some of those guys. But yeah, Svechnikov makes way too much sense here.
And that's the thing is, I know someone said, what about Nemesnikov? Like, we don't need him on the, like, he is 28 and he actually did pretty good.
Yeah,
well,
I mean, dirt cheap.
Yeah, Adam Ernie, what the heck? I'm like, okay, but we still got to keep some talent that we have here in house, guys. Like, and
that's NHL level talent.
Yeah,
Svechnikov hasn't gotten up there quite yet.
No, and me and you, the Wing Wheel podcast, there's a couple other podcasts we listen to. We've all talked about how our coach hasn't necessarily done that great of a job with the young guys. He likes to do the veterans and stuff, and that is slowly coming to an end, I think. He got his extension, but I think it's just until the young guys actually do come in and overpower.
Yeah.
That also being said, Nemesnikov has trade value next year. You don't just give up players that maybe don't have as high of trade value. Nemesnikov will have value of like a third rounder for a playoff team.
Yeah, maybe even a second if he plays well enough.
Exactly. Whereas you need a full season from Svechnikov, and you'll need him to even like exceed those numbers for him to become that trade value. But then if he gets to those numbers, you're not going to want to trade him.
Yeah.
So in this case, I get what some people were saying on the other side too, like, Nemesnikov and Stretcher could be exposed, and you can keep Smith and Svechnikov. I don't mind that at all either. But then they might go after Gustav Lindstrom. I don't want that either. So I don't necessarily want to lose Svechnikov. I do like him. I got his rookie card literally right beside me here. But I think the inevitable is kind of close there. I like the fact that me and you both agree on that.
Yeah.
Let's go with the big one here, because I know there's a few people who are probably watching right now to hear my take and to kill me on the Edmonton Oilers take that I have here.
Okay. Who did you pick?
So I got the Edmonton Oilers going with a 7-3-1.
Yep.
And I got them protecting such players as like Devin Shore, for example.
Oh, interesting. I didn't have him.
That a lot of people were like, fucking excuse me? You're going to let Zach Kassian be exposed before you let Devin Shore. Okay. Just hear me out, okay? If you're watching this right now, you're watching this because we're obviously a funny show. We appreciate it. And if you do like this show and you've been watching this whole time, like, share, hit those buttons, guys. Remember, if you want to be into the draw that we're doing for this expansion, which we'll get to the end of, we'll tell you how you can enter here. We're giving away a signed Owen Nolan jersey from the San Jose Sharks.
I'll bring it out next week so they can see it.
Thank you. Thank you. What you can do if you want to get an extra entry into that draw, ladies and gentlemen, all you got to do is put into the comment section hashtag fuck Ken Holland.
Now, do they get an entry for every?
No. They just.
Because I was like, Johnny's running away with this.
Yeah, Johnny's not getting like 40 entries here. Fuck Ken Holland. Fuck Corey Perry. Hashtag Corey Perry's a bitch. And then there's another one too. I forgot it. I can't remember. We'll have to go back to the show and see it. But that's how you guys can enter. All likes, shares are much appreciated, guys. You guys are an awesome fan base here. I really appreciate you guys watching today. Edmonton Oilers. With this Devon Shore, yeah, they got swept. I know they got swept. But when you look at the tape of that Devon Shore kid, he's 26 years old. You know, Kyler Yamamoto, when he first popped into the league, he just had that. He had that pop. He had that it factor. He was fast. He was like, and then he just, he got hit a couple of times, and whatever. Devon Shore laid some of these hits. Devon Shore was just like an all-around good player. He's not the biggest. Imagine, I hate bringing up Darren Helm, but like Darren Helm in his prime is the reason why Darren Helm got paid. Like, Darren Helm was really, really good. There's a reason why the Detroit Red Wings last time in the expansion protected Darren Helm. Devon Shore has that ability here, Edmonton Oilers fans. If you watched last week, you saw me do the red rant about Nuge, or was the year or with the week before that? It was about the Nuge and the signing, and my whole thing is,
here. This is an easy way to tell. I'll just go back in my notes.
Oh, thank you.
It was last week.
Okay, it was last week. I just don't like the 8 years. 8 years when you can either pay somebody more or less kind of thing, and you can actually get like positive results from that. When you take that away and you just say this is what you're getting for the next 8 years, whether you do good or bad, or you excel and you score 147 points, you're only getting paid $5 million or 2.3 at the end of your career. Be like, well, maybe you should pay him a little bit more. In this case, Zach Kassian is 30. Zach Kassian can play on the top line. I completely understand that. Seattle's not going to take Oscar Klefbom. They may be forced to take some of these other guys, but if you leave Devon Shore there, he's going to be gone. And you can get value for Devon Shore. The value for Zach Kassian, though, is because of the term and because of the cap hit. Some teams in the league right now aren't willing to take that just yet. Some teams aren't willing to take that leap until they actually see the cap hit change. Some people are going for it based on what the projection is, say like the Edmonton Oilers. That's why we say fucking hell. Zach. So I'm on my thing. Yeah, I'll pop it over once.
Oh man, I've been posting so many. You forgot your wife's baseball hashtag.
Oh, that's right. Thank you, San Diego Padres. Hashtag San Diego Padres. Fucking Holland when you say fucking Holland. Oh yeah. I love it though. Fucking and you forgot. Fucking Holland. I do like that though. Fucking Ken Holland. Fucking Andrew forgot. Yeah, I know. So back to the Oilers here. It's just Kassian is a goon player and he's a well-paid goon player, but he's 30. He's starting to kind of come down a little bit. The Oilers need to get a little bit of cap space that they can not have to pay, you know what I mean, to get rid of. So allowing Zach Kassian in that 3-point-some mil cap hit to leave.
I believe 3.4.
Yeah, that allows you right there to have a little bit more flexibility if you're going to go after one of the top-tier goalies because they need a new goalie. And we know that. Stuart Skinner is the reason why I got him protected is because he's going to be good possibly coming up. But you don't want to protect Mike Smith and you don't want to protect Koskinen because if they decide to take Koskinen, you're like, well, shit, hell yeah, Oilers fans, look at that. But that's not going to happen. There's talent on this Edmonton Oilers squad that they need to keep, and they obviously are with Puyarvi, with Yamamoto, with Nurse, with Bear, with Caleb Jones, Stuart Skinner, Kaiara. Some people come at me with the Kaiara one, and I'm like, listen, it's just You need third line, fourth line guys that are still young, and if they can develop into second line guys or stay at the third line. So
here's the thing, though. I think you can leave him exposed and him not get picked.
Kaira? I mean, Kaira, yeah, you probably could with Kaira, but also at the same time, I think it's like if you do protect Cassian, then you got to do something in-house to try.
Oh, no, I'm saying leave both of them. Cassian's going to get picked over Kara.
Yes, yeah. Which then, if you were to go protect another one, like Dominic Cahoon is another one, which someone did come at me too, be like, why Cahoon? I'm like, dude,
I protected him as well.
Yeah, it's just Zach Cassian makes sense only based off of the cap hit. He does bring a lot of that hits that they need to keep having, obviously, in the Edmonton Oilers. Just obviously for this mock, if they did do this, Seattle would be dumb not to take him.
Yeah.
Now, they get their goon guy, which I have them actually getting 3, just because my whole premise of the Seattle and what they're taking here is building their team for 2 seasons within one. The regular season where they can score with some of the guys that they got, like Tyson Jost, Ryan Johansson, Jacob Bertanen, not Madge Piani, but Alex Kerfoot, Anders Jonsson, and Eric Robertson, Mason Appleton. Like some of those guys, those are scorers. Those guys all together can get some goals going there for you. Whereas on the back end, you're going to have like Cassian, Matt Martin, Ryan Lomberg from Florida, Dylan Gambrell has proven some, Colin Blackwell. Like those guys are all proven like goons or good players that can do everything that you need on that third and fourth line.
Mm-hmm.
Going to Minnesota here quick. If anybody was wondering, I do have Zach Parise and Ryan Suter waiving their no movement clause because there's no fucking way that Seattle's going to pick any of those guys.
All I say is good luck trying to get them to do it.
But I think they might do it for the organization to be like, listen, you guys have kept us in here with our contract heads for this long. We appreciate you. Let's at least do this for you.
Well, they left them in with their contract hits because it's a massive payout.
Yep. And it was a pay cut technically for both of them at the time too. So
yeah. To me, I don't see any way either of them move that no movement clause.
See, and if they don't though, the
Minnesota's in trouble.
Minnesota's definitely in trouble because I already got them at pretty thin. They're going to take Carson Soucy with a 6'5" defenseman with some very high upside. But if they don't, you're looking at like a Jordan Greenway or a Ryan Hartman can become available.
Somebody else more important.
Matt Dumba. Like if they really decided to be that dumb and let Dumba be exposed, like fucking hell, I would buy a Kraken Dumba jersey. That would be my first one.
Well, and here's the thing: if those guys don't move their no movement clauses, then how do you go around it? Like, do you do a 4-4-1 and try and keep Dumba, or do you because you've already got Parise and Zuccarello on no movement clauses?
Exactly.
Forwards.
So then
you've got to choose 2 between Johansson, Fiala, Greenway, Hartman, Eriksson Ek.
Yep. Eriksson Ek just signed that 8-year fucking contract too. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. One last defenseman I wanted to bring up. Let me just go to them here. Was the St. Louis here is also kind of in trouble.
Yep.
They got some young guys that they're definitely going to expose, but I think everybody across the league kind of knows that Vince Dunn is going to go there, and fucking is he going to go there, man? Like, I think Vince Dunn is almost a lock at this point, unless St. Louis,
I would think so.
Unless St. Louis does do a really good trade with the Vladimir Tarasenko thing.
That's kind of what I was looking at too.
But they're win now. Like, they're still win now. So they got to do a 1-for-1 trade where it's, talent for talent. Right? You would think.
Yeah.
Vince Dunn, he is an RFA. Seattle will be like, what the fuck do you want? And I got him getting what did I get him? Yeah, 4.1 mil per year for a 4-year deal, giving him $16.4 million contract. That's very generous for a 24-year-old defenseman, and then he can get re-upped at 28 like some of these other guys, Gabriel Landeskog and Dougie Hamilton, which I'll get to them here in a second. Tampa was the other big one here. My Tampa fans, you guys are kind of in trouble.
Yeah.
Obviously, you knew that going into this season. The only reason I don't have them because Cal Foot is there. Okay, listen to this. Tampa's probably calling them, being like, "Hi, can you take Tyler Johnson?" And Seattle's like, "Yeah,
what if you do a trade and go for another defenseman though?
So that's kind of
leave Foot and go someone like Eric Chernak.
Well, I think they want to keep those guys. I think the success of the Lightning has come from having two lines with just stupid amounts of talent, and you keep that. Like, you definitely keep that. Like, they're gonna leave Ryan McDonough exposed because, like, he's intriguing, but I don't think they'll take him.
I agree.
Because they'll because Cal Foot is also there. Like, I have them taking Cal Foot, but the trade that I see them doing, because this is where I think Seattle gets a little bit tricky. Seattle comes in, Tampa's like, all right, we think and we know that you guys are going to go and take Tyler Johnson. So we're going to give you a first rounder. And they turn around and they say, no, we're good. Thank you. Like, what do you mean? Like, no. All right, we're going to take one of the other guys. And they're like, okay, but what? Like, can we up the deal? And they're like, no, you're just going to have to give us your protected list and then figure it out after that, right? So after it's done, Tampa like calls them again and it's like, okay, we still need to drop cap space. You guys have cap space. Can we retalk this deal? Seattle now goes, yes, because we have what we wanted from you anyway. You're not going to fleece us. That's not how this works. We now have the defenseman that we can keep either in the minors and let him develop for like 1 or 2 more years, and he's going to come up and be a top line with Vince Dunn in a year or two. Or what they do now is like they still have that. But also if they decide to do something else, it's like, yeah, you're going to give me Cernak. And then in my opinion, Cernak is already proven better to be Cal Foot, so you're fucked. Or they would leave. There was another one I saw there too. Like if they left Yanni Gord available, it's like, well, no. Yeah. They're not going to do that, right? So they're kind of screwed. So this Tyler Johnson thing does get thrown into their face. And then so Seattle turns around and goes, listen, we do want all the Washington State guys. We want most of these Washington State guys. All the guys that were born around here. They got Dylan Gambrell, which is a San Jose pick. He's local Seattle boy. San Jose plays it smart, and they're like, listen, you got nobody anyway to pick from, so you can either have the Seattle kid or any of these scrum prospects. So Tampa basically turns around and they make a deal. My deal that I have it going, because Seattle's like, listen, we're going to need to drop a little bit of cap space as well, but we're going to want some picks from you. So I got Tampa sends Tyler Johnson and the $5 million cap hit, 2022 first rounder, a 2023 second, and a 2023 third. So a first, a second, and a third, and a player. Like, what? But the Kraken in return are going to get 3 players. Adam Gaudette, which is an RFA, Colin Blackwell at 0.725, and Hayden Fleury from the Anaheim Ducks at 1.3. So there's your defenseman for Cal Foot. There's one other young center that you can now put on your third line or fourth line, whatever you need. You can put him on another young or nice, respectable deal. And Colin Blackwell is your third line center. So now you're replacing some of the guys that you're going to lose anyway due to them not even being on contract. Your third and fourth line is gone, Tampa, this offseason. Like, it's gone. There's no way to resign them. So in this case, now you're getting at least 2 players to add to that. And then you can put 2 more, say, younger guys that you have in your system into the starting role. Now all of a sudden, all you got to do is go spend your extra $2 million that you have, and you can get 2 players to come play for you in Tampa. Now all of a sudden you went from looking like you guys are screwed to you have another 1, 2, probably 2 years at this. You can make it a dynasty run, Tampa. You really could, because you can get the depth. The picks mean nothing when you have a good GM and a good system like that, and you can develop players from the 5th and 6th round. So, but yeah, the last big one here. Sorry, I'm just trying to get to it. Was the Washington Capitals.
Okay.
They right now have exposed in this little that I got TJ Oshie, which I think they'll trade for again. It's this exact same situation with Tampa. They're like, all right, here's TJ Oshie. And they're like, nope, we don't want TJ Oshie. They're like, what do you mean? What do you mean you don't want TJ Oshie? Like, oh, no. We gotta go. No TJ Oshie. All right, okay. So they do this whole thing, and then realize that they've left Vitek Vanecek available, only because Ilya Samsonov is still their future. You can't have two goalies like that anymore. Not in the expansion draft. So the Kraken, instead of going with one franchise goalie, because there's not really a franchise goalie that's exposed, at least in mine, they go with the two goalie set. One that is a proven veteran, and I got them taking Jake Allen from Montreal. Then you put Vitek Vanecek in there, who had a 36-21-10 season in his first year starting. So now you don't tell him that he's going to get another, basically 60 games to start. You tell him he's going to get 40, 45, maybe 50. And you're going to split the season. But if you do better than Jake Allen, we can float Jake Allen as a trade bait in a year or two. And we give you a nice, respectable contract for you to prove that you are then our starter. And then we give you the big contract for the tail end of your career. Seattle plays this very, very well. And Washington's basically sitting there like, I dropped my pen. Seattle's sitting there being like, what the I did, yeah. Like, what the fuck did we do? What the fuck did we do? How do we let this happen? I thought we all learned from the Golden Knights that we can't get fleeced. Well, it's just not the way it is. So we do have the starting lineups up there. But the big trade, the other one that I wanted to bring up was that TJ Oshie trade. This is all hypothetical. But TJ Oshie does come with almost $6 million cap hit here at 5.750. Kraken aren't just going to take that, okay? But at the same time, they do need to have a scorer. Every team needs to have a Vladimir Tarasenko, an Evgeny Malkin, a TJ Oshie, Anderson, just a score that you need at the appropriate time. So a hypothetical trade that I came up with is that TJ Oshie, a 2023 first and a 2023 fifth rounder, go for Jakub Zaboral, which is the defenseman that Boston has exposed and Seattle picked up in this in this expansion. Jakub Zaboral is the defenseman that the Boston Bruins took first out of the 3 picks in a row that they had in 2015?
14, I believe.
And he hasn't necessarily panned out, but that's also because they've been a winning squad and they haven't needed him.
Yeah.
So, it's one of those things. But he gets a shot with Washington, who is starting to have some very veteran present in defense, but they can get, Zdeno Chara replaced very easily. They can get some of these other guys, if any injuries happen, replaced with a first-round talent who's not even close to being a cap casualty. So it would make sense. I have Seattle's team fixed at the end. The only other thing is I have the Landeskog and Dougie Hamilton signings. A lot of people are going to come at me and be like, "Oh, the 2 biggest free agency signings." Man, I've had a couple other ones. Landeskog only makes sense because he's going to be your captain. They can pay him the most. They say, come in here and help us build this organization and lead it. That is something Gabriel Landeskog can definitely do because he's also eventually going to be a GM.
Oh.
So you bring that in-house. It's not no amount of money that's going to, possibly fix that or be better than that for you later on. Dougie Hamilton coming in as well. I got him at 7-year, $56 million. That's an 8-year or 8 per year $1 million cap hit. This just makes sense where you can put it right on the top line. You got Vince Dunn, who can move the puck. Dougie Hamilton, who is your big body defenseman. It's like your Pietrangelo. It's like your Chara back in the day. It's one of those guys who can also move the puck, but it's just that awareness that you want on the ice. Oh, and by the way, he's 6'6" and he'll hit you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's huge. And he's been around the league. He's been to a few teams, but all those teams that have had him have always had success.
Hamilton's only been on 2. It's not like he's been moved around that much.
Calgary, Carolina, and Boston.
I forgot he was on Boston.
So he has been to these teams, but every time he's been on those teams, he does better. So now he's about to go to his 4th team. I think he gets here in Seattle. Him and Landeskog Landeskog being your C, Dougie Hamilton being your A, Giordano, who I also have being taken from Calgary because I have to go fix that, probably another A. And the other A I would assume is probably Tyson Jost. And it's probably, I might be a homer or maybe Ryan. No, it'd be Ryan Johansson. Johansson from Nashville, which if anybody wanted to know, Ryan Johansson is taken in mind and Nashville gives 2 seconds in order to,
What do you think about them possibly taking Duchesne from Nashville?
I thought about Duchesne as well, but Duchesne has kind of done this. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Whereas Johansson is just kind of slight, and it just seems to be going like that. But I'm like, he had an injury. He's still very young. And also at the same time, too, when players get paid that much and you come off of a Stanley Cup run where you lost to Sidney Crosby, it's not very easy to, pop yourself right back up and, be all hunky-dory to do it again. So I think he gets I think it would be better for them to go with Johansson because you can lead that first line with Landeskog a lot better than what Duchesne would be. Duchesne would be more like your second line, keep him hidden. We don't need him to be the face. At least Johansson's not the face. He chills with Landeskog and Virtanen on that first line. He just gets Virtanen on that first line. Get some goal scoring. Second line is Tyson Jost, Kerfoot, and TJ Oshie. Like those two lines right there, that's your score lines, man. And then
I got one final question for you. Yeah. Who'd you take from Toronto?
Kerfoot.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, so Kerfoot, the only reason I got Kerfoot, they also go the 4-4-1. That Justin Hall guy, a lot of people have said that Toronto is going to protect him. So I've been sitting there like, okay, who, what, why? I guess one of the analytics thing, because Toronto is an analytics team because of Kyle Dubas there. Yeah. One of those analytic things that they apparently have found is teams with 2 lines of defense that are basically intangible is almost as valuable as having 2 top line scorers or 2 top scoring lines.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so if you already have the offense, you might as well keep the defense. So like I would get it. And the exposed players, like Alexander Kerfoot, the reason that too, when he was in Colorado, he tallied just over 40 points in his 2 seasons, and he's only amassed 28 points with the Leafs.
Yeah.
2 seasons he's been there. And he's like a $4 million cap hit. So Toronto's probably like, get him the fuck out of here.
To me, I looked at Toronto, and I just liked the idea of Jack Campbell.
Jack Campbell, like the goalie?
Yeah.
I have him being protected. I think they're going to let Frederick Anderson and all those other guys walk. Jack Campbell.
It sounds like they want Anderson back.
I don't know. It sounds
like both sides want to come back.
I can see it because he's supposed to be a franchise goalie, but I don't know if that's a smart decision for Toronto because he's going to want big money too. Whereas Jack Campbell will be like, I'll accept $2 million because I like to play for the Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's my Seattle expansion. Alex's will be up here respectively soon.
Yes.
I am not expecting him to even get close to the amount that I wrote. Only because
I was like, I'm just doing the selections part. I ain't doing any shit afterwards.
I have who they
that
draft.
Was intense.
I know, right? If you guys want to see who they draft, what the end team looks like, and all that kind of stuff, go check out the article. Johnny put it up in the comment section there. It's up on northsportsdynasty.com. Go to the blogs article section or blog articles section. Yeah. Click on those and any of the other articles that we have written. We're going to have a couple of more going up here pretty soon. Alex's NHL one will be up either today or tomorrow. And my NBA one will also be up today or tomorrow, so you guys can get a head start on that. So before we go, obviously, go through some. Did you just say Leonard Skinner?
Well, we said Stuart Skinner.
How about Kim?
San Diego Padres.
Kim San Diego Padres. There we go. So it's tailored for her. There we go. Thank you, Teresa. Already trying to convert to Southern Rock, get beat by Tampa in one playoff, and you try to become Tampa of the North. Listen, you know me.
Damn.
You know me, Misador. I'm not a fan of the Canadians. I am a Red Wings fan, as you can see in my household. I got my Datsuk jersey and stuff like that. I don't cheer for Canadian teams. The only Canadian team I cheer for is the Winnipeg Jets. The order of what my teams are, it's Red Wings, nobody even close, and then obviously Seattle and then the Jets, because Seattle is now officially a team. And me and the pretty lady, which is my fiance, have now decided to take them upon us. And we're going to go to that preseason game, which is going to be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Christopher Cole, thank you for tuning in, dude. What's up, Christopher? Christopher, all the love for Christopher. Look at all that love for Christopher. You guys are just making up names now. Goomba and shit. I wish I was, buddy. I think I have stupid talent after 2 lines, too. Oh, boogish. Oh, buddy. 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 How do you think I do these shows? No, I'm just kidding. Effing Calfoot. Calfoot. Oh, right on time, too. I saw that coming. Tamp isn't worried. We have 2 Tyler Johnsons, and we can let one go as long as it's in the hockey one. That's very true.
Absolutely.
I agree. Off talking, but are you guys going to do an Olympics show?
No.
We do a Winter Olympics.
Yeah, winter. Yeah.
Yeah, we do Winter Olympics. We don't do Summer Olympics. What?
We only get like 3 months where it's no snow. We don't care about the summer Olympics.
Yeah, what the hell, Johnny? I'm not doing
the only one I really watch is, well, we're not even in basketball, so.
Olympic. Hey, Teresa. Why the fuck not?
We just explained ourselves.
Literally, like winter. Winter is coming. Everybody's saying hi. Well, I hate to be that guy, but I have babies to put in my wife. No, I'm just kidding. She literally just passed by. I wanted to see if she would actually yell and be like, what? But no. I have to go and get my house all nice and organized. And I have a bunch of stuff to do. And you're about to hear my belly go rumbly here pretty soon because I am very, very hungry.
Yeah, same here.
That has been episode 18 of the NHL, with the NHL mock draft of the Seattle Kraken. This has been a great show. Alex Loosemore, tell everybody where they can find you.
All right, so Alex Loosemore on Facebook, North Sports Dynasty on Facebook, at N Sports Dynasty on Twitter, at Loosemore65 on Twitter, North Sports Dynasty on YouTube, and then obviously this show, the North Sports Dynasty show, every Saturday, 11 a.m. Mountain Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and the NFL show with Alex and Johnny Dean. Thursday, we're moving to a new time again. So we're doing 7:30 Mountain Time, 9:30 Eastern Time. Just going to move it up a little bit because it gets late as shit.
Yeah, that's right. And then, of course, you can find me at Andrew Fulbert, Andrew_Fulbert. I'm right there. Same North Sports Dynasty. I do that, and then I do the cheap seats on Sunday, which is tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. my time, Mountain Time. There we go, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's your guys' time. Most of our fans' time. Some of our fans' times. Yeah, that's the shows that I do. My office is changing, so that'll be interesting tomorrow. I hope I don't fucking unplug everything all wrong, and then I come on the show and all you hear is. We're going till 3 a.m. next week. Wow, yeah.
You get Johnny. I'm sure as hell not doing that.
Yeah, I'll pop on. I'll keep Alex awake for that long. We'll do it.
No, you won't. I will just hop off. You can take over for the last.
Just like while we're talking, just like. Bye.
Yeah, you can do the last 2 hours.
Yeah, I was gonna say the 7.5 hours that we did that one day for the draft.
Oh my god, that was exhausting.
That was exhausting. So, thank you all for tuning in. It has been a fantastic show. The comments were immense today.
Yeah.
You guys, I can't thank you enough.
Yeah.
Comments, the likes, the shares, everything. You guys amaze me. Thank you all again. We'll see you next weekend. Can't remember exactly what we're doing next weekend, but we're gonna have some Dynasty talk. Don't you worry. Got a little carried away today. only because I got some things to do. But we will be back next weekend talking Dynasty, keeping you all informed and entertained, because that's what I fucking do. And he just keep.
Yeah, I was like, if we're there we go.
He keeps me sane. I just do stupid things and make stupid rants and just piss people off, and I absolutely love it. I love it. Fuck, I love it. Anyways, you all are amazing. Thank you all for tuning in. We will see you next weekend. Tune in tomorrow night for Cheap Seats, and then tune in on Thursdays for Alex and Johnny's show. Remember to like and subscribe to us on all social media platforms. We appreciate it. Hashtag fuck Ken Holland. Hashtag San Diego Padres. Hashtag Corey Perry's a bitch. And hashtag whatever the other one was.
Fuck Corey Perry.
Fuck Corey Perry, yeah.
You had both, yeah.
Remember to get your bets in. Those NASCAR bets, everybody. Get those bets in. Make sure you get them in. Let me know what you win. That 3-team parlay, I already got mine placed. Let me know what hits tonight, what doesn't. Call me out on Twitter. I don't care. Love you guys. Ciao, ciao for now.